All right, we're going to start things off today by going over the problems that you were supposed to do for homework last night. I'm just going to work quickly through these so that you can check your answers, and I'll answer any questions you may have. Okay, so let's go to work. Completing the square is the page that we're working on. We did the evens yesterday in class together. You were to do the odds for homework. So here we go. Find the value that completes the square. Here we're just finding what perfect square needs to be at the end so that we have a perfect square trinomial. I'll wait until you're ready. I don't want you to miss this. Sometimes when you fall asleep, when you're watching a video or in my class, you miss stuff. And then I got to teach it again and again and again. Focus. You take -4, you divide it by 2, that's -2, and then you square it, and that is 4. So C needs to be 4. Number 2, -18 divided by 2 is -9. -9 squared is 81. C is 81. The first two are real easy because they're even. The next two become a little bit more difficult because they are not even. So, but the process is the same. -1 divided by 2 is -1/2. See how that's the same thing? Squared is 1/4. C is 1/4. Has anybody noticed yet that all of these numbers, these C's, have been over 4?
No.
Might want to notice that. Next one, number 7 would be 11 divided by 2. And we all know that's 6.5, but I'm going to leave it as a fraction. 11 halves, and I'm going to square it to get 121 over, anybody? Yeah, 4. So that's me finding the constant that I need for that to be a perfect square trinomial. Now, in the rest of them, I'm going to solve each equation by completing the square. I'm actually not solving right now. We're actually only completing the square. I'll talk about the solving tomorrow, okay? We're just completing the square. In order to complete the square, remember the first thing we do is we put a space, x plus 12x space plus 35 equals 0, and we put a parenthesis around it. Then I'm asking myself, what do I need? What perfect square do I need? Just like I did in the first 4 questions, what perfect square do I need to add and subtract to both sides? Well, 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 squared is 36. So I got to add 36 and subtract 36. I got to add it and subtract it. That way I'm not doing anything. This is a perfect square trinomial now, which I can easily factor to be x plus 6 quantity squared. Now look. Right there, that 6 is the same 6 that's in there. Isn't that interesting? Okay, and then I just combine my like terms on the outside. -36 plus 35 is a -1. And that equals 0. Again, tomorrow I'll show you how to solve it from there. But right now we're just completing the square. Next page. Number 11. P squared plus 6p space minus 27 equals 0. Good. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. I'm going to add 9 and subtract 9. Factor the perfect square is p plus 3 quantity squared. -9 and a -27 is a -36, and that equals 0. Cool? Number 13, b squared minus 20b space plus 84 equals 0. -20 divided by 2 is a -10. Squared is 100, so I'm going to add 100 and subtract 100. Factoring the perfect square trinomial is easy. It is b minus 10 quantity squared. Combine my like terms, which is a negative 16. And that equals 0. So far, so good? How many people got that one right? Number 15. N plus 18 space plus 17 equals 0. Sorry, I forgot my n there. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 squared is 81, so I'm going to add 81. Oops, I forgot my parenthesis. I'm going to subtract 81. Perfect square trinomial factored is easy. It's n plus 9, quantity squared, and then minus, what is that, 64? Equals 8. How many people got, oops, not equals 8, equals 0. How many people got that one? Good, good. Number 17, x squared plus 20x space plus 96 equals 0, parenthesis. 96 divided by 2 is what, 48? 48 squared is, holy cow. Anybody? That's not 96. What am I doing? It's 20 divided by 2. You guys are just going to sit there all quiet and let me do it, huh? And 20 divided by 2 is 10. 10 squared is 100. So I'm going to add 100, subtract 100. Perfect square trinomial factored is easy. It's x plus 10, quantity squared. Negative 100 plus 96 is a negative 4, and that equals 0. Cool? How many got that one? Look like the same hands going up over and over again. That's good. X squared plus 12x space minus 28 equals 0, parenthesis. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Squared is 36. So plus 36 minus 36. X plus 6 quantity squared. Minus 64 equals 0. Good. Is that it? Nope. 18 and 20 as well, right? 18. R squared plus 2r space minus 8 equals 0, parenthesis. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1, so plus 1 minus 1. R plus 1, quantity squared, minus, oops, sorry. Again, trying to go too fast. Plus 1, minus 1. Okay, so it's R plus 1, quantity squared, minus 9 equals 0. How many got that one right? And the last one, number 20. M squared plus 20m space minus 44 equals 0, parenthesis. Is that going to be 100 plus 100 minus 100? So m plus 10 quantity squared minus 144 equals 0. Cool. How many people got that one right? Excellent. Good work. I'll be giving you completing the square 2 here in un momento.